What's going on, everybody? What's today? Tuesday. I am in Austin, Texas for a business conference. Got here yesterday and I leave tomorrow night. And we just got done with a client meeting. Super fun. They took us out to dinner, which is awesome. Always nice. Had a lovely steak and all that good yumminess. But as I was getting ready to leave, we were kind of having our dessert, small talk around the table, stuff like that. I got a text from my wife. And it had to do with some of the ministry work that we were doing. She's meeting with one of the gals we've been studying the Bible with, who I've got involved in, sharing some things. And I thought about how, and because this is real, so let me just get real with you guys. Yesterday was difficult. I flew in, got here, really had nothing to do. For whatever reason, I scheduled this to where I thought, hey, I'll come in on Monday, and then Tuesday is when the conference starts, Wednesday, Thursday, and then I'll fly out on Friday. But it didn't work out that way. So I flew in on Monday because that's the ticket. But ended up being a day where I didn't have any client appointments, I didn't have any meetings, I didn't have anything. So I did spend a lot of time doing some, good work, getting caught up on some personal stuff. I realized was that it was very hard to stay focused. It was very hard not to be distracted by the world, by getting on Instagram and looking at stuff that I shouldn't, or thinking about different things. Obviously, hotel rooms, the television's right there, and all these movies and whatnot. So it's, just very tempting. Was able to fight it and went to bed or got online and did some of my other work and whatnot. Had some conversations with some brothers of mine that I need to encourage and whatnot. But my point in all of this is that sometimes traveling, and I don't know, maybe this is worse for men than it is for women, but traveling can be very difficult for the man because we're so driven by stuff to do. And sometimes when we're away from the house, we don't have the kids, we don't have our wives, we don't have the normal routine that we engage in. And so we can easily find ourselves with downtime. And I don't know if you're like me or if I'm like you, that downtime is a killer for me if there's too much of it. I need to stay busy. I need to stay focused. I need to stay on mission. And so wrapping back up to my conversation today, as I was closing out our dinner time and kind of getting back onto our bus that was taking us all back to the hotel, my wife is engaging me and some friends in some conversation over text around, hey, I've got this girl that's coming out, coming to Bible study. These are some of the challenges that I've been having. What should I do? And da-da-da. And it was just so good to be able to pull away from the group and engage and have this back and forth conversation. And now, guess what? It's late on Tuesday. It is almost 9:30. And while I'm not tired, I'm also not focused on stuff that I don't need to be focused on. I'm not tempted to go to places that I would normally go to if it was just me and I wasn't doing anything. And so some of the best advice that I can give you if you're a man and you do some traveling, you do quite a bit of traveling, is obviously try to limit as much traveling as you possibly can. Stay connected, stay in the vine, obviously with you and God, but also stay close to your family. Have check-ins if you need to, but really limit the amount of travel so that you can stay within your support network. Unless you've got a support network all over where you travel, which I would highly recommend. I'm in Austin, Texas. There is not a support network for me in Austin, Texas, at least within the fellowship that I'm a part of. That's not to say that I couldn't make friends. That's not to say that I couldn't engage with people, but like-minded people in my world, in my life, physically that I can meet with aren't in Austin, Texas, at least right now. And so engaging in that isn't an option here. And so what do? I need to engage in those people elsewhere. And so don't leave stuff unfinished on the one hand, but leave stuff unfinished on the other. It's not about a productivity situation. What I mean is that my wife and I still have work to do in the ministry even while I'm gone. So I'm still engaging with people. I'm still texting. I'm still making phone calls as I would normally do if I was back home. Just because I can't meet people physically doesn't mean I can't meet them over the phone, over FaceTime, or something like that. So if you travel a lot and you're a kingdom man, you do ministry, or you lead a small group, or any of that kind of stuff, or you're part of a small group, or you get together for discipleship times, or anything like that, keep them going. It was even to the point yesterday where I normally have a leadership meeting on Mondays, and I'm like, hey, I'll FaceTime in. I'm 2 hours ahead, so it's 10 o'clock. If it's 8 o'clock over there, not a big deal for me. I'm going to be up till 1 o'clock in the morning anyway, because I just don't get any sleep. But does that make sense? So stay busy, stay connected. Just because you're traveling doesn't mean that you can't have the same routine and schedule as you do when you're at home. It just looks a little different, and you have to get creative. So anyway, that's what I got for you today. I'm about ready to open up the computer and get some more work done, and then go to bed. So we'll catch you guys later. Be good.